Hello everyone. I hope you all are in good health. This is your English class and today we are going to look at a new poem in your textbook called The Clothesline. Do you know what a clothesline is? Look at this picture. I'm sure you all must have seen your mother drying clothes on a long rope in your house or maybe outside the window. The rope used to dry the clothes is called a clothesline. Today, we are going to look at this poem and understand what the poetess Charlotte Druitt Cole is trying to tell us. Let us begin. Hand in hand, they dance in a row, hither and thither and to and fro. Flip, flap, flop, and away they go, fluttering creatures as white as snow. In this stanza, Charlotte Druitt Cole looks at the clothes hanging on the clothesline and she says that they are dancing happily. It looks like the clothes are holding hands and moving to and fro. The clothes look like birds flying in the sky. From this stanza, we get to know that the poetess is very happy to look at the clothes dancing on the clothesline. Let us now go ahead. Like restive horses, they caper and prance. Like fairy tale witches, they wildly dance. Rounded in front, but hollow behind, they shiver and skip in the merry March wind. One I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free. Then, leaving pegs and clothesline behind her, she flew like a bird, and no one can find her. In the second stanza, the poetess compares the clothes hanging on the clothesline to restive horses, that is, horses that are very restless and can't stay in one place, because she can see that the clothes are constantly moving hither and thither and they caper and prance, that is, they leap or skip or dance about. And prance means to walk or move with high springy steps. The poetess can see the clothes flying about here and there, and she also says that the clothes look like a bowl because they are round at the edges and hollow in the middle. Students, if you've seen a bowl, you know that a bowl is round and it's hollow in the middle. It's empty in the middle, and that is what the clothes look like. The clothes also shiver and skip in the merry March wind. This means that it is the month of March and the wind is blowing and the clothes are fluttering in this wind. Now, in the third stanza, the mood of the poem changes and the poetess also talks about something more sad and disheartening. The poetess says that one I saw dancing excitedly, struggling so wildly till she was free. So the poetess probably saw some clothes, one of them that was dancing excitedly in the wind and struggling to free herself from the pegs. What are pegs? Pegs are the clips that we use to keep the clothes in place so that they don't fly away with the wind. And she saw that this particular piece of cloth was struggling and finally managed to free herself and left the clothesline behind her. This piece of cloth that flew away looked like a bird. It flew away far into the sky and nobody could find her. From this you can tell that the poetess is a little sad because she has lost something. I saw her gleam like a sail in the sun, flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. Nobody knows where she now can be, hid in a ditch or drowned in the sea. In this fourth stanza, you can clearly make out that the poetess is sad. She is thinking about this piece of cloth that has gone flying away into the sky and nobody can find her. She says that this piece of cloth that has flown away looks like a sail. It is flipping and flapping and flopping for fun. That is, it is flying around for fun. Nobody knows where she can be now. The cloth can be in a ditch or it can be drowned in the sea. All this makes the poetess very sad. Finally, after all the suspense and after the poetess talking about this one piece of cloth that has gone flying away into the sky and that she misses it and she doesn't know where it could be now, we are told what this piece of cloth is. She was my handkerchief not long ago, but she'll never come back to my pocket, I know. So now the poetess reveals to all of us that the one piece of cloth that had flown away, that had escaped from the pegs, from the clips on the clothesline, was her handkerchief. And now you can clearly make out that the poetess is sad because she is thinking about her handkerchief that has flown away. Students, if you remember, when I began with this poem, I told you that the poetess in the first stanza looks to be very, very happy. She is happy to look at the clothes dancing in the wind. And as we reach the third stanza, there is a shift in the mood of the poetess, and you can make out that the poetess is now sad and she is talking about one piece of cloth that has flown away. And that piece of cloth is the poetess' handkerchief. Now students, you must have noticed that throughout the poem, the clothes are compared to various living things. They are compared to horses, they are compared to birds. But the poetess Charlotte Druid Cole is also comparing the clothes to us human beings, to people. We human beings are also sometimes trapped by certain things around us. We are not free, we do not free ourselves from pegs or clips. We are not free to fly in the sky. So, through this poem, Charlotte Druid Cole is telling us human beings also to free ourselves from certain things that restrict us. Be it prejudices, be it or thoughts or even people that stop us, that hold us back. We have to make sure that we also, like this handkerchief, fly away into the sky and are able to achieve our dreams, achieve our goals. We should not be held back by anyone or anything. We have to free ourselves and we should be able to achieve whatever we want in our lives. So students, I hope you all have understood this poem and have learned a very, very valuable lesson. We should be practicing this every day in our lives and should always strive to be better and achieve our goals no matter what. We shouldn't be held back by anyone or anything. With this, we come to the end of the poem. Until our next class, stay safe and stay healthy.